Donald, uh-oh.
And no one else has any solutions except to let this war continue forever. But I'll add, the president has had multiple conversations and a visit from President Macron of France, Prime Minister Starmer of the United Kingdom. We have the NATO Secretary General coming next week. We have this meeting with the Ukrainians. We've had it with the Russians. All of this in the president's first month in his leadership. We will engage in the shuttle diplomacy, and we will continue to use his leadership and what leverage we have to get both sides of the peace table. It's not going to be easy, but President Trump...
This war should have never happened. It would have never happened if I were president, but it did happen. So a lot of other things shouldn't have happened, too. We shouldn't have 21 million people pouring into our country through open borders, many of whom are criminals, very bad criminals, including murderers, thousands of murderers. Many killed, far more than one person, and they're roaming our streets. But Tom Homan and Kristi Noem are doing an incredible job, and we're getting them out of here. And we'll get them out. We'll get them all out. But all these things shouldn't have happened. We shouldn't have inflation. We shouldn't have had this horrible inflation where the prices have gone up. Look at eggs. So we're doing a good job. We're doing a good job.
President, in regards to the pause on military assistance to Ukraine,
it's crazy how much he does this.
Social media post today that Russia is pounding Ukraine.
That's right.
Why not provide?
They're getting
Ukraine
pounded?
with air defenses, and what happens, Mr. President, when Ukraine runs out of?
Well, because good question. Because I have to know that they want to settle. I don't know that they want to settle. If they don't want to settle, we're out of there, because we want them to settle. And I'm doing it to stop death, more important than anything else. Secondarily, way down the line is the money. So we're in for $350 billion.
I've heard that.
Europe is in for $100 billion. They should be in for the same or more than us.
Man.
And, you know, I watched over the last week or so what's going on in Europe.
Is this
thing
live?
could
Yeah,
end
it
up
is.
in World War III if we don't get it settled. This could really end up in a World War III. We got to get it settled.
So on Iran, how confident are you that the Iranians will negotiate with you? And is Israel on board with this outrage?
Yeah, I saw the hostages the other day. They came in, people that were not young, some young and some older, much older. And they gave, it was hard for them to do it, actually. They gave statements as to what happened. I was asking, what happened? How was it? I said,
it was
did you
bad,
see
probably, right?
anybody in there that was kind to, like, out of the hundreds of people that you were seeing, Hamas? Did some of them wink at you and say, don't worry, you're going to be okay, or give you a piece of bread, or no? I said, were there any people that
so
were,
the terrorists
like,
are
kind?
assholes?
I was shocked. The answer was nobody. There was nobody. Just the opposite. They'd be slapped and punched. One man broke his ribs. He couldn't breathe for a month.
Yeah, I watched this hours ago. Is this from brutal. A while ago?
I was so surprised, because you'd think there'd be a couple of people that would be kind, that would say, you're going to be okay, but they had none of that.
So is he doing this event?
It's pretty amazing. Brian?
This cryptocurrency event?
He's a kind person.
Did this happen or not?
Although not to Zelensky, he wasn't. But to Trump, he's been good.
Not yet. Okay.
Nice tie, by the way. We coordinated. Two questions. One on peace. Why don't you think any other European countries are offering a peace deal? It seems like no one's come to the table for peace except for you.
It's a very good question. Sometimes questions aren't
He's meeting
answerable.
Privately with crypto leaders?
They're in a very unusual position. They don't know how to end the war. I think I do know how to end the war.
100K Bitcoin?
Despite the Russia.
Let me see what the graph for it shows.
Relationship with Putin, and you know, he
seems
wants
like
to end the
it's
war.
88,000.
He wants to end it, and I think he's going to be more generous than he has to be, and that's pretty good. That means a lot of good things.
Crypto summit's 38
because, frankly,
minutes.
you could have made a great deal if this war never started. You could have made a great deal. I don't know that anything would have had to be.
No, we'll watch that for
sure. This was not a war that was going to start, Brian. And it didn't start. For 4 years, somebody said, well, how do we know that? Well, for 4 years, it didn't start. I used to speak to Vladimir about it. I used to speak to him about it.
First name basis.
The apple of his eye, but there was no way he was going in. And he knew
you don't hear that a lot.
There were going to be consequences. But it did start. I mean, think of what happened. Inflation, You have the war with Ukraine.
That's bad.
Russia,
Real
that wouldn't
bad.
have happened. October
Super
7th
bad.
would have never happened. Israel, they had no money. Iran had no money. Iran was stone cold broke, and now they have a lot of money.
How'd that happen?
And that's going to be the next thing you'll be talking about is Iran. What's going to happen with Iran? And there'll be some interesting days ahead. That's all I can tell you. You know, we're down to final strokes with Iran. That's going to be an interesting time.
What does that mean?
And we'll see what happens. But
Uh-oh.
we're down to
Uh-oh.
the final moments. We're at final moments. You can't let them have a nuclear weapon. I think that I would have had a deal within 1 month after the rigged election
Final
of
moments.
2020. They were all set to make a deal. And then when I lost, they saw this person who's a stupid person, very stupid person.
Oh.
And they said, let's not make a deal. And they were right. He took the
Who was
sanctions
it?
off. They became
Who's he
rich
talking about?
under Biden. They went from having no money to
Yep.
having $300
That's what I thought.
billion.
Yeah.
All in a short period. It's oil. Oil builds up fast. It's a nice living if you have a nice oil well. And they do. They have a lot of nice oil wells, right? So anyway, it's going to be a big thing. It's an interesting time in the history of the world. But we have a situation with Iran.
It's a situation.
Something's going to happen very soon.
That's one
Very
way to
soon.
call it.
You'll be talking
Yeah.
about that pretty soon, I
Sure.
guess. And hopefully we can have a peace deal. You know, I'm not speaking out of strength or weakness. I'm just saying I'd rather see a peace deal than the other. But the other will solve the problem.
Mr. President, your allies are calling on you to pardon Derek Chauvin. Are you considering pardoning
Oh,
Derek
good
Chauvin?
question.
No, I haven't even heard about it. No,
Mr. President, on peace,
I haven't heard that.
you may recall, I broke the news that you were nominated.
Didn't
for
even
the
give a
Nobel
fuck.
Peace Prize. And the reason for that was the work
Yeah.
that you led on the Abraham Accords. I spoke
Don't
yesterday
you? Yeah.
with the member of parliament, the Norwegian parliament.
I don't even know.
that
Yeah.
nominated. And he said, what the Nobel Committee is looking for from you, Mr. President, is security guarantees for Ukraine. Is that a possibility, Mr. President?
How many times they asked him this?
So before I even think about that, I want to settle the war.
They've asked him
get
this
it
like 50
finished.
times.
Because if I'm not here, nobody's going to settle it. And President Macron has said that, and everybody said that, the prime ministers and presidents. We're pushing very hard. That's all I'm thinking about now. As far as the question about security later, that's the easy part. The hard part is getting it settled. We got to get
MJ,
them.
thanks for 5 subs.
We're losing
Oh, you got on band.
2,000 human beings every week. More than that, actually. 2,000 nice, young, although they're getting older because they're drafting much older now. In the case of one country, much
Yeah.
older, because a lot of the young people have been killed. It's very sad, and I'd like to see if I could stop that. And I'd like to also see if we could stop making these massive payments from the United States. I mean, Biden gave away money like it was water, with no anything, got nothing for it. Europe,
Like it was
Europe did
water?
in the form of a loan. They get their money back. We don't. So that's how we came up with the rare earth deal.
Oh, this is
But
one
we
of the things they
started,
said
you know,
wasn't true.
Behind the 8 ball.
I remember this.
He could have gone to Europe. He could have said, "Come on, you got to put
Yeah.
up money with us. You got to put up money with us." But he never did that. They just kept handing money out because he was grossly incompetent. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Of course. So Biden is retarded. He made everything bad, and Trump is trying to make it good, but it's hard to make it good because of how bad Biden made it. So hopefully we'll be able to fix the problem that he made. That's all right. So we got another one of these, and apparently they've got this big crypto event happening today too, as well.
It's going to be the biggest event, I think, and
The biggest event.
I think you're going to say a few words. Everybody knows this man on the right. He's sort of the king of soccer, I guess, in a certain way. And he was the one that was able to give it to us, and we're going to do a fantastic job in making you at home. So I would very much appreciate it. First time it's ever been in this part of the world, and it's an honor. Thank you very much, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you, President. Thank you, President. Well,
Baldy.
it is a great achievement to bring the World Cup next year, the FIFA World
Wow.
Cup in 26 here in the United States, together with
The
Mexico
World
and
Cup,
Canada.
damn.
And this summer, actually, we have a new competition, the FIFA Club World Cup in 25, from the 14th of June to the 13th of July only in the United States of America. 11 cities, 12 stadiums, the best players in the world, the best teams in the world. America will welcome the world. There will be millions of people coming, Mr. President, millions of people. The economic impact is $40 billion between now and next year. We will create 200,000 jobs for these 2 World Cups, and more than that, we will give joy and happiness to the entire world.
200,000 jobs, that's a lot of people.
Definitely. So thank you, Mr. President, for setting up this task force, because it is important that everyone that comes to America feels safe, feels welcome, and that's why it's important that the government puts together this White House task force chaired by the president himself. It shows the importance of the FIFA World Cups, I should say, because there are many, many topics to deal with, of course, and we want everyone who comes to America and who goes to watch one of these games. We have 10 million tickets for sale. It's like 3 Super Bowls every day for 1 month.
That's a lot of Super Bowls.
Feels safe, feels happy, and feels that we are doing something special. Create and to make the best show on the planet ever, and we'll do it together, Mr. President.
Oh, that's great. I love what he said, like 3 Super Bowls a day for a month.
3 Super Bowls.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's really amazing when you think of it. I've never heard that expressed. That's a lot. When
FIFA's
when
the
we
most
made
corrupt
this, it
ever.
was made during my term, my first term, and it was so sad because I said, "Can you imagine? I'm not going to be president." And that's
Luckily,
too
they
bad.
cheated.
And then what happened is they rigged the election, and I became president. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. That was quite an achievement for both of us. So I'll be president
What are
during
the odds?
World Cup and during the Olympics, which we were very instrumental in getting. And then, of course, we have our 250th birthday too. And of that, I wasn't instrumental. That just happened to fall on the same time. So we have those 3 big events. You don't get very much bigger than that: the Olympics, the World Cup, and number 250. And it's a great honor.
That's
But
right.
I appreciate your selecting us. And we were selected a long time ago, though, during the term, during my first term. And it's an honor to be with you, Johnny. You've been my friend for a long
honor.
time.
Absolutely.
He's a great
Thank you
gentleman.
so much.
Okay, I'll sign this, and that makes it official, right?
That makes it official.
There it
yes.
is.
Here we are. Then we have to start working.
Can you talk a little bit about the halftime show that you anticipate for the championship?
Kendrick Lamar, not like us.
Or better?
Well, you know, the Super Bowl has around 100 million viewers or 150 million viewers.
Wow.
The World Cup final has 2 billion viewers. So we have to make it 20 times better and 20 times bigger than the Super Bowl.
I think it'll be better. I think it will be better.
Wait, really? That's insane.
Yeah, it's huge. It's around 40 billion in only the United States, 40 billion US dollars, the economic impact, 200,000 jobs created. It's so per city you can divide by 11, and you know a little bit what each city gets, more or less. Some cities get more, others get less. But we'll have 10 million tourists coming, some with tickets, others without tickets, who just want to be here during these World Cups.
What team is favored now? If there's such a thing. I mean, do they have a team like so many of these great famous teams? What team seems to be favored?
Well, on the club one, which takes place this year, of course, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, the Germans, Paris Saint-Germain, the French. The big ones are always there, and these clubs are multinationals. They have players from all countries.
They always seem to be there. Right?
They are always there.
Those great
They are
teams.
always there. Yeah. And then next year, Argentina, Brazil,
Right.
England, Germany, Spain.
It's going to be great.
So it will be great.
Any questions for Johnny?
US is coming up. US is coming. Watch the US. Some very, very good players playing in Europe, but we need to bring them back here to
So
play here.
can the U.S. win?
The US can win, yes, with the public behind.
See?
They play in some of the top teams.
He knows.
Yeah. They play in some of
So
the top
there's
teams.
a shot, right?
Yeah, there is a shot. Absolutely.
If the U.S. wins the
Hold
World
that
Cup
up
when
for
it's
you
in
guys.
the U.S., that would be crazy. surely that's what will happen.
Ryan, did you have another question?
Well, I was just gonna say, this continues your pursuit to bring America back in every aspect, the economy, world peace,
Yeah.
sports now, which is awesome.
Damn.
I want to preview a little bit of the Olympics, I know we talked about that before.
Well, I'm just very happy to have done it. I mean, you know, I didn't think this was going to happen. I said, I'll be sitting there, but not as president, so I was, you know, very honored. Actually, Johnny reminded me, called me up very early on, and he said, you're going to be president during this whole thing after we won. So it's a great honor for our country to have it, actually. It's a big deal. It's, I don't know which is bigger, the Olympics or the World Cup. What
World
is the
Cup.
story on that?
World
Can I
Cup,
ask you that
100%.
question?
The World Cup is much, much, much bigger than the
It is, yeah, bro. That's the big one.
And it's in the whole country. Huh?
Yeah,
The Olympics
we've
is in
got
one
them
city.
both.
Mr. President, it's a long way off, Mr. President.
So we got everything now.
Do you foresee yourself attending some matches or a match?
You have
Oh,
to,
sure.
yeah.
I would like to. I'd
Hell
like to
yeah.
go to certainly more than one.
Yes.
We'll be making the rounds. It's a period of a month,
Yeah.
and it's really top of the line. It's one of the great events, maybe one of the great events of
Maybe not,
anywhere
maybe
in
the
the world.
greatest event.
Mr. President, since you last spoke about it yesterday, some details have come out about your cabinet meeting with Elon Musk and some clashes potentially between Secretary Rubio and Secretary.
No
Biden.
clash. I was there. You're just a troublemaker, and you're not supposed to be asking that question because we're talking about the World Cup. Elon gets along great with Marco, and they're both doing a fantastic job. There is no clash.
He just said it.
Bottom line,
Who are you with?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
NBC.
Oh, no wonder. That's enough.
President, Who
NBC.
has more authority, Elon Musk or the cabinet secretary?
Any other questions about the World Cup?
Can we unveil the trophy, maybe?
I'd love to do
Because
that.
this is something
Let's do it.
special. So today is
Oh,
100 days
shit.
to go for a new competition that we created
Right.
together. The FIFA Club World Cup, the best clubs in the world with the best players in the
Please
world.
have Trump's face on
So
it.
we can show
Please,
this.
please have
It's a
Trump's face on
unique
it.
trophy. This is the trophy,
Wow.
but it's not finished because it's unlike any other trophy. There is a key.
Oh, wow.
There is no other sports trophy like that.
Oh, that is good. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you
What
gotta
the
be
fuck?
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
Oh, it's like one of those things. Oh, yeah.
That's one of those things.
And that's the trophy.
That is something, huh?
We got to win now, Mr. President.
This is a good one.
That's beautiful. I've
Inter
never
Miami and Seattle Sounders play
never seen
for this
anything
trophy.
like that.
It's like
It is
glow.
it's a trophy of the future.
Gyrosphere?
It represents the past, the future, everything, the present.
And this will be at the White House for a little while.
Yes.
So if anybody needs a picture or anything, you can take
So-
it, but this is...
If you like it, Mr. President, it can stay here. Just on the 13th of July, you should take it
Yeah.
with me
Let's leave it here.
to the stadium to give it to the winners. They can take a picture, then we bring it back here after the
Good.
picture.
Let's do that. We'll leave it here. We'll have it in the White House quite a bit.
Excellent.
It travels a little bit also, but I
Yeah.
appreciate it. That's good. And I know this can definitely stay, right? Anyway, thank you, Johnny,
fantastic.
very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So now we have the World Cup trophy and the Gulf of Mexico in there?
Play an advisory role. Doge will play
We're talking about FIFA. Thank you very
About
much.
the World Cup, Mr. President, you're having...
And they're both great guys, and by the way, they both get along fantastically well. Marco has done unbelievably as Secretary of State.
Big
and,
Marco.
Elon is
Yep.
a very unique guy who's done a fantastic job.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rained in, Mr.
enough,
President?
enough. It's FIFA. Is this
How
a
do you
FIFA
see
question?
How do you see the World Cup playing out with the tensions you have with Canada and Mexico?
Oh, I think it's going to make it more exciting. Tension's a good thing.
He's right.
Even for the World Cup?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Like
it
that
makes it
hockey
much more
game.
exciting.
Yeah.
Sir, the entire committee is here for FIFA with Johnny.
Please, come
Would you
up.
like them to come up and take a picture?
Please, Johnny, come on. Get them up. That's great.
Mr. President, what type of enhanced security do you anticipate having for all of these big events
I'll let you,
that are happening over the course of the next
Why
I'll
would-
let
Homeland
Christie
Security is
answer
running.
that question.
Oh, answer what question?
Go ahead. Security.
The security for this event will be run by the Department of Homeland Security. So
Oh.
we are signing today this.
No terrorists.
document that will say that we will form task forces and partnerships. We'll have incident command centers in these 11 cities that will partner all the agencies
should have
and
made a
departments
gold
at
ball.
the federal. We'll have some worldwide partners as well, as long
Global
as,
level.
yes, it'll be under our umbrella, and we'll help facilitate that, but also working with our local law enforcement is incredibly powerful. So
Wow.
streamlining those communications, it'll be a wonderful event, and everybody will be safe and fun.
We better be, right?
Yeah, it will be.
This is the official ball
Thank you very
with your
much.
name.
Thank you. Ooh, that's nice. I would give it to Christie, except it has my name on it. So we
have another one for
her.
Of course, of course.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much. Is that going to be the ball?
That's the
This
official
is the
match
ball
ball
for this.
This will
This
be
is
what
Donald
it will
Trump,
look like
and it's
the
in
ball.
gold.
When they play?
When they play.
Wow, that's
Yep.
great.
Yes, nobody has played yet.
Wow,
Thank
what a
you very much,
surprise.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Johnny, thank you very much.
Thank you, Columbia University, sir.
Shut the hell up.
Thank you very much.
The fuck out.
What can Columbia University do to restore the federal funds, sir?
Thank you. Out the door, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah. Bunch of hyenas. Jesus Christ, sorry about that. Okay, so when the fuck does this crypto summit thing happen? When does that happen? I guess that's got to be soon, right? Yeah, I guess they're gonna do it soon. It's gonna be soon. Okay, so this is the next event, right? Damn, this guy's streaming more than most streamers. That's what I was saying, man. Another pump and dump. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, they really going in on it, huh? A scam event? Well, no, he got a bunch of them, so he just went and he took the trophy. That's fucking funny. Okay, all right. Speed running the content. Yeah, exactly.